All right, this is now the third movie. Where we stopped was that we have solved a bug, but we were not able to have a subtab to the Aladdin. Um, However, we will not go into that, but I realized a design fault of mine. I'm going to repeat the new model. Okay, the fault was because this name is colliding with a previous available model, which is the application dictionary workflow. This is already a present model, and thus, when you have the same name, what Aladdin does is that it will name the window as this, which is the same. So you have to differentiate it. Well, Aladdin is meant to have to be used in most situations, and therefore, such core work is bound to occur. It will solve 80% of the cases. So now we are going to repeat creating, but it will be called this, and we want to have a separate window, not a subtab. I got it wrong. Right, let's do it. Call up the new window. Let me drag things here so that they are easy to use. So this time in the new window, it's going to be called AL workflow generation, and it's going to have make a long text workflow because we're going to define a string, so we'll call it the model. And later we can add in more columns. This is the versatility of the Aladdin. Save it, make sure you get the spelling correct. So this will mean that you will now have a new window, and if you were to log out and log back in, that window will appear. Here you are, and if you were to open it, yep, you hit this error because it's not meant to be used under the system administrator. It's meant to be used under your client, which is 80-90% of the case. But now we are developing something for the core, for the system. So how do you make it able to be accessed by the system? That's simple. Go to the model that's been created. AL workflow. Here it is. What you have to do is to ensure that the access level is for system, right? So be system only. Okay. Or you can look at the other windows that I've done. You see there's also system only, and since I'm doing it for my application, I should also call it, I'll do that later when I put it up for downloading. Here I'm just going ahead with the lesson that I've done this, and let me do a cache reset so that you can call up this new window. If it's not able to be called up, we may need to re-log back in. Yeah, you can call it out now. It's not active, maybe it's a role access update, and I like to remove this. Well, let's do a role access update. Nothing's been called, but let's try. Let's try again. You can now drag this thing here. Okay, scroll it up. Still not there. Let me try re-log in. Or there must be some other access restriction, because this ERP, yeah, is security wise. We'll leave this active here unless you want to remove it. You could do so, because this will be a one instant test, right? One instance stuff. Okay, now this new model is created, what we need to do next is to create the code that will be used in the doc event. So now, before we can call it under here, or when you initialize it, you have to initialize register. And you will not able to call the model because such a model has not existed. So let's put a blank here, 7. Let's generate this model, and that's where it's very fast done. Usually, what are we going to generate is, let me give you a pick. For the developers of IDB, it's always a pain in the neck to generate the new model code, which is the X and I classes, and then also the M classes, right? So now we're going to do it. Let me clear the desktop a bit. It's done rather quickly now. You just go into model designer. Giving it, it's not supposed to be blank. Just give it. Hang on, let me check something. Okay, my callouts here is a recent version. Just say, oh, Aladdin tutorial. Just anything, that does not matter. This should not have been. Let me say a bit of kind of to make sure I have my location, user local, my okay, user local, my.erp, source, let me see if I got that right, user local, my.erp slash source slash again, is that correct? Should be. And if not, you'll give an error, and that matches with the location of my plugin location in my computer, in my MacBook, that is. So I'm ready to generate, but you must say that you want to generate a model factory. Click this on, and yeah, here it is for generation. Let's hit it. Close your ears. So it happened. It's pretty fast, isn't it? The magic of electricity. And we go and refresh. No, let me see what happened. Nothing happened here. Did it get started? It's active. Here again, we hit another possibly bug, but so what we do is let's put a stop to it. It's under the model. Let's put something here, and did I get everything correctly first of all? Okay, debugging on the fly. Follow the guru here. What actually happened? Did it's supposed to come to a model design? Yes, it went in. It's correct. It's supposed to pull out the two properties. Has changed? Yes. Change process? No. Package name, get the table. He got this correctly. He has a table workflow generation. Is generate model? Yes. And it's supposed to go in. Okay. That's rather strange. I believe he was slipping the plugin. Let me go through them finally. Where is it located? User local over my. Was it generated before this? No. Well, it seems to have all been generated. Let's go and check the goodies. refresh. It's not appearing here. Let me see if I will check then inside my own MacBook. It says user local org my ERP source org. Yeah, here it is. Here they are. So I have generated the model class, which we'll call the X class, which we'll call the I class, and these are all generated. I'll just try to leave them here in the plugin model. Since it is my own core code, I will move them here. So okay. It should update the references properly, and I can now start coding. And that should end my tutorial here, and I upload it and continue. So let me get back to the doc event, and now let me initialize this new class. So everything is done for you. No more scaffolding work or rather fast. So I want to do that after change, yes. And this mal, yep, automatic dot table name, yes, rather quick, isn't it? This is how a guru does his work, and if that happens, I want to capture it. Yeah, I can do this here. So if it's an instant of mal workflow, then I will create a new method. I'll say create workflow. Right? Later we will improve it with more properties in there, but then we'll do that later. Let's see how it goes. And so this kind of tutorial is really what you call something that is doing things from scratch. Let me use Eclipse to generate create method. You see, I'm doing everything on the fly while the bird is still alive, right? So everything generated. Let me shut this all off. And anyway, we're not using this for now. We'll just switch it off. And so we will restart the server, and you will see that you'll be trapped here, and that's where we start coding our logic to take the string script, sort of a DSL domain specific language approach, which will then I parse it and then begin to create the elements of a workflow. And this will need what we call insight into how the workflow is really designed inside the application dictionary of Compere and Empyrean. And I will guide you through it. Let me see if I got all my notes here. Right, so that's it for now. Then the fourth movie will be calling the workflow generation. Okay, so here is that we have done generated the model and what you call those classes, X and I. Yeah, the model classes. Okay. All right. So that's it. For the next movie,